Shri Jagannath Subhadra Maharaj ki
Jai.
Shri Radha Parisisvara ki
Jai.
So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 1, Verse 17. Am I correct? It was finishing with 16 yesterday, Revati. You read few shlokas in a row, yeah?
Yes.
Thank you. Is it showing on the board?
Ce salut.
Je trouve le verset entre bien ça.
Krishna.
Ça c'est le Bhagavad Gita.
Attends, j'étais un... Krishna, Krishna.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavan Kim Idam
Kastam.
Ma Evam Syat
Maevam Syat.
Brahma Vikriya.
Brahma Vikriya.
Bhagavan Kimidam Jatam.
Bhagavan Kimidam Jatam. Ah, ok.
Karma Vo Brahma Vadinam.
Karma Vo Brahma Vadinam.
Grossir sur l'écran.
Ouais. Comme ça je vois aussi. Là c'est bien.
C'est bon.
On va recommencer. Bhagavan Kimidam Jatam.
Bhagavan Kimidam Jatam.
Karma Vo Brahma Vadinam.
Karma Vo Brahma Vadinam.
Viparyayamaho Kashtam.
Viparyayamaho Kashtam.
Maivam Syad Brahma Vikriya.
Maivam Syat Brahma Vikriya.
Bhagavan Kimidam Jatam.
Bhagavan Kimidam Jatam.
Karma Vo Brahma Vadinam.
Karma Vo Brahma Vadinam.
Viparyayamaho Kashtam.
Viparyayamaho Kashtam.
Maivam Syad Brahma Vikriya.
Maivam Syat Brahma Vikriya.
Bhagavan Kimidam Jatam.
Bhagavan Kimidam Jatam.
Karma Vo Brahma Vadinam.
Karma Vo Brahma Vadinam.
Viparyayamaho Kashtam.
Viparyayamaho Kashtam.
Maivam Syad Brahma Vikriya.
Maivam Syat Brahma Vikriya.
Bhagavan Kimidam Jatam.
Bhagavan Kimidam Jatam.
Karma Vo Brahma Vadinam.
Karma Vo Brahma Vadinam.
Viparyayam Haho Kashtam.
Viparyayamaho Kashtam.
Maivam Syat Brahma Vikriya.
Maivam Syat Brahma Vikriya.
Bhagavan Kimidam Jatam.
Bhagavan Kimidam Jatam.
Karma Vo Brahma Vadinam.
Karma Vo Brahma Vadinam.
Viparyayamaho Kashtam.
Viparyayamaho Kashtam.
Maivam Syad Brahma Vikriya.
Maivam Syad Brahma Vikriya. Bhagavan Kimidam Jatam. Karma Brahma Vadinam. Vipayaya Mahokasham. Maivam Syad Brahma Vikriya.
Bhagavan,
Bhagavan,
O my Lord,
O my Lord,
Kimidam,
Kimidam,
what is this?
what is this?
Jatam,
Jatam,
born.
born.
Karma,
Karma,
fruitive activities.
fruitive activities.
Vaha,
Vaha,
of all of you.
of all of you.
Brahma Vadinam,
Brahma Vadinam,
of you who are expert in chanting the Vedic mantras.
of you who are experts in chanting the Vedic mantras.
Viparyayam,
Vipayaya,
deviation.
deviation.
Aho,
Aho,
alas.
alas.
Kashtam,
Kashtam,
painful.
painful.
Ma evam syat,
Maivam Syad,
thus it should not have been.
thus it should not have been.
Brahma Vikriya,
Brahma Vikriya,
this opposite action of the Vedic mantras.
the opposite action of the Vedic mantras.
Translation. My Lord, all of you are expert in chanting the Vedic mantras. How then has the result been opposite to the one desired? This is a matter for lamentation. There should not have been such a reversal of the results of the Vedic mantras. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Quite important purport. In this age, the performance of yagya has been forbidden because no one can properly chant the Vedic mantras. If Vedic mantras are chanted properly, the desire for which a sacrifice is performed must be successful. Therefore, the Hare Krishna chant is called the Maha Mantra, the great, exalted mantra above all other Vedic mantras, because simply chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra brings so many beneficial effects. As explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shikshashtaka 1. We can repeat together. Cheto darpanam janam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadu jivanam anandam buddhivadanam pratibadam punamrita swadanam sarvatma snapanam padam vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Glory to the Shri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtana movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. End of the translation of this shloka. Therefore, the best performance of yagya given to us is the Sankirtana yagya. Yajñai Sankirtana Prayair Yajantihi Sumedasa, from Bhagavatam 11.5.32. Those who are intelligent take advantage of the greatest yagya in this age by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in congregation. When the Hare Krishna mantra is chanted by many men together, the chanting is called Sankirtana. And as a result of such a yagya, there will be clouds in the sky. Yajñan Bhavati Pajanya. In these days of drought, people can gain relief from scarcity of rain and food by the simple method of the Hare Krishna yagya. Indeed, This can relieve all of human society. At present, there are droughts throughout Europe and America, and people are suffering. But if people take this Krishna consciousness movement seriously, if they stop their sinful activities and chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, all their problems will be solved without difficulty. In other processes of yaga, there are difficulties because there are no learned scholars who can chant the mantras perfectly well, nor is it possible to secure the ingredients to perform the yaga. Because human society is poverty-stricken and men are devoid of Vedic knowledge and the power to chant the Vedic mantras, they are devoid of Vedic knowledge and the power to chant the Vedic mantras, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is the only shelter. People should be intelligent enough to chant it. Yajñai sankirtana prayaye yajantihi sumedasa. Those whose brains are dull cannot understand this chanting, nor can they take to it. Shri Shri Radha Parisisvara ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Balade Supada Maharani ki Jai. Shri Shri Nitai Sachi Sutta ki Jai. Om Ajnana Timidam Dasya Jnanam Janakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamaram Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tata Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Hanamani Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarunyascha Kripa Sindhu Yaivacha Vatitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshataline Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Nam Hare Nam Eva Kevalam Kalonasye Gatiranyatha. Here we are, 9th canto, chapter 1. In this verse of the Bhagavatam, it's talking about Vedic mantras. And Prabhupada, in the purport, just talk about the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. He goes directly to the point, the essence of all the Vedic mantra that we may know. And the Maha Mantra is our benediction moon, definitely. And there are many things to share about this, but before that, I will request humbly your benediction, your blessings to say inspiring, relevant words, so that we may be inspired to focus more on our chanting, be it during the japa or being in kirtan. I noticed for personal practice that it's, for me, somehow more difficult to focus on the holy name during the kirtan than during the japa. Even though the power of the kirtan is there definitely, my mind is more easily wandering around during a kirtan because there are people around and they are doing this, they are doing that. I want to dance, I want to this when it go upper, and I cannot say it's for the sake of the Lord, but more for the more enjoying mood. But definitely Sankirtana is so powerful. It's considered to be like a, if japa is considered to be like a piece of paper that you can turn apart very easily, meaning you can be distracted very easily, and you can also lose the taste quite easily. Then the kirtan, the Sankirtan, is considered as a dictionary, a big book that you cannot turn apart very easily. So this helps us to understand how powerful is this Sankirtan movement, this practice of Sankirtana. And the more men we are, and women, more powerful it is. And because recently we had this experience in Radha Melos with around 1,500 people gathered, maybe not at the same time. Still, you can feel how powerful it is when you are all together. At some point, for some seconds, you feel, wow, this is it, You are in this ocean, all together chanting, glorifying the Lord. And yeah, this is the meaning. I heard recently that, we know that kirtan means glorifying, and we are glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Glorify means to magnify the qualities of someone. So this is good to remember when we are chanting the holy name. We are actually trying to glorify the qualities of the divine couple, Radha Krishna. We're trying to magnify their qualities, and we know that Krishna has unlimited qualities. So just sometimes by remembering about the qualities, it can enhance our chanting. That's why it's good to tune that the whole morning program in the temple helps to remember the qualities of Krishna and to be tuned in. Let me see in which order I should start the class, because I had short time to prepare it, so sorry if my ideas are brought not in a proper order. Jananda Maharaj gave a class on this verse 2 years ago in New Mayapur, exactly on this verse. And he was sharing about what are the good reasons to chant Hare Krishna. And because in the purport it is mentioned of the Shikshashtaka Prabhu, then I was brought to a comment of Bhaktivinoda Thakur on just all the Shikshashtaka. He made a comment on this. And actually, this first shloka emphasizes the seven, some of the reasons, seven, important reasons of chanting the holy name. And I thought we could dig together on this topic matter. I'm sorry we'll not be able to develop more about the pastime of King Sujumna. I guess we'll have other occasions for that. But I suggest that for this class we can focus on the Shri Shikshashtakam that we recite every morning, and that we may forget about the deep meaning behind. So if we go together, the first, maybe you can help me. What are the results of this chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra? Can you name some of them? You can help yourself with the Shri Shikshashtakam prayer here. what does it mean, the Cheto Darpana Marjanam? What is one of the first effect mentioned? What does it help with?
Cure.
Yeah, purifies the heart, cleansing of the heart. Cleansing from what?
Anartha.
Yeah, which ones?
C'est beaucoup.
It's a beaucoup, huh? Yeah, indeed. There are a lot of anarthas, that's for sure. Here it is especially mentioned that three of them, there are, Bhaktivinoda Thakur categorizes three of them, and we can also consider that we have the six enemies of, greed, lust, anger, and so on. So this is what we try to clean from our hearts. Why we need to clean it? Because if this keeps in our heart, then we have a desire that is separate from the interest of the Lord. Being a particle of the Lord, we also have the same quality of being Satchit Ananda, right? But in this condition of material existence, we don't realize it. We are not feeling that it is Satchit Ananda here. It's more the reverse, Asat, Achit, and suffering. So if we definitely want to realize this eternal Svarupa of being the eternal servant of the Lord, we first need to cleanse our heart. It is said, more precisely, the mirror of the heart. And we cannot see our true self because our mirror of the heart is full of what? Of dirt, dust, indeed, dirt, dust. In the mirror, when there is a lot of dust, we cannot see the reflection on it. So this is our situation. And by the chanting of the holy name, we can take out progressively this dust. And this is confirmed. What is very interesting in Bhaktivinoda's comment is that for each part of this shloka, he gives a quote from other shastras that will add to the meaning of this shloka. And here he explained that cleansing of the heart happens. Why it happens? Because when we chant the holy name of the Lord is not different from the Lord himself. And the holy name is the embodiment of this Satchit Ananda. So because this is the embodiment of Satchit Ananda, the more it goes, the more it manifests in our heart. So we can then grasp the eternal aspect of our existence, of being the eternal servant of the Lord. And this is confirmed in the Namashtaka from Sri Rupa Goswami. If you want to check, it's about the 7 shloka of this Namashtaka. So this was the first aspect, cleansings of the heart. Then what is the second part of the first line? Bhavam Maha Davagninya Vapanam. What is that? There are Sanskrit scholars here.
Extinguishing the blazing fire of material existence.
Yeah. What is this blazing fire referring to?
Bhutika, Jatmika.
Yeah, the threefold miseries, indeed. And there is also, more generally, we can see also the repeated birth and death. Okay, so these 3 material miseries. So they are the miseries or the suffering coming from ourselves, our body and mind. We can be diseased, and it will bring some suffering. Disease on the gross level, we can be sick. This we know very good. And when it's winter, when we eat too much, when we eat bad things, when it's too intense in our life, this is actually also a kind of help. It's a signal from Krishna that we're probably sometimes over-endeavoring, or we are not following correctly the limitation of our body. So Krishna, like this, gives some signal that you should also correct yourself in this, and your body is your tool for Krishna, so please take care of it. So this is one type of suffering. The second type of suffering is, you can give either the Sanskrit name or the, the explanation. From other living beings. Yeah. So the suffering can come from others. And this is very easily to understand when we are in the context of a temple. This devotee took my plate, I can't believe it. He doesn't follow what I'm saying. I will just chastise him so much, and I will call the temple president so that he will chastise him, and we will see what happens after. And then we are angry against all the devotees around us because we cannot manage to complete our 16 rounds before this or that time. And I have a plan, and this one always, disturb my plan. I can't believe it. So this is a kind of suffering also. But in general, even in the pursuit of our, trying to share the holy name with others, when we go on Harinam Sankirtan, so many times we can feel some animosity from people, who are not ready for hearing this chanting. They might be happy for some seconds, but when they understand that we are here for a few hours, then it becomes rapidly another phase, they try to disturb us, they shout on us, and all sorts of pastimes happen like this. And it also brings a suffering to the devotee, because the devotee heartily wants to follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction and to share this holy name. And he feels, but I'm trying to do that, and why Krishna doesn't help? Why there are these others, other people here who are, with this animosity. You might not understand that. But here it would be more corresponding probably to the first category within our mind, because we don't understand why the Lord sends like this, because it is also part of our purification that Krishna sends this situation. We have something to understand. Yeah, not everyone will be happily receiving it, but still we should continue. It just strengthens our faith and our emotions toward Krishna and our compassion for others. Yes, they are so unfortunate that they cannot grasp it, but it is not because of them. It's somehow because Krishna, if he wants, in one clap of hand, can change it, isn't it? So somehow it didn't happen for now. But we're not the doer. We're not the one who will purify everyone in this world. Krishna will through the holy name if he desires so. It's a matter of do we want to be part of it or not? But we are not the doer. This now it's called the golden age. So it is happening. We are here, we are not here, it will happen. The question is, I remember Keshava Maharaj recently was sharing how he decided to commit himself to the Krishna Consciousness movement. Once, the devotees, they took him in a room and they were having a serious talk with him. And they were giving all arguments. And they tried, and he was a bit stubborn back then, and he didn't want to commit to any society and so on. But the one devotee stayed longer, stayed till the end. While all the devotees went off the room, he stayed, this person. And he told him, but this will spread. This movement will spread. You are here, you're not here. But do you want to be part of this movement? Do you want to help it happen? And do you want to witness it yourself? And here he felt that if he doesn't participate, he will miss something. And with this feeling, he was convinced to then engage in the Sankirtan movement. So we should be trustful towards the Lord, that it will happen someday or other. By hearing Hare Krishna Prabhu, by hearing the holy name once, then we can be very hopeful. We can be very hopeful because it will also extinguish another type of misery. What is the third type of misery? Yeah, more directly connected with demigods is about natural catastrophes. This, when it happens, like COVID situation, when there is tsunamis, people, they are so bewildered. Why? Why to me? Why now? I didn't do anything. I'm living my life peacefully. I'm not committing any sins. I'm going to the church. I'm praying. And why? Of course, it brings so much suffering if there is not understanding of how the Lord arranges all of this. What is the deeper meaning? And what, for instance, if we take COVID or any tsunami catastrophe like this, what can be the meaning? Yeah, there is collective karma, but the Lord wants us to understand that ultimately this material place is not for us. It's not our natural place here. So this is a constant reminder. When some devotees around us, leave the body also, it's a reminder, and it will happen again and again. And it's just also helping us to first understand the glories of this Vaishnav when we try to remember about his life. And it strengthened our determination. This is what I felt. I participated to a few funerals, ceremonies since I'm in temple. And each time we hear the glories of this or that Vaishnav, during the ceremony, how the Vaishnav, they give their realization about the relationship with him, glorify his service. Wow, what a shame I didn't associate more with him. What a shame I just didn't glorify him, didn't take time with him. And wow, I want also to do like he did. It's so inspiring. And like this, it gives her more determination to follow this process strongly. Because yeah, it is possible. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, regarding this second part of the first line, quoted a verse from Bhagavatam, from the 6th canto, chapter 2, verse 46. We can find it together. Chapter 2, verse 46, sorry. Yeah. So therefore, one who desires freedom from material bondage should adopt the process of chanting and glorifying the name, form, and pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, at whose feet all the holy places stand. And now, be attentive with this part. One cannot derive the proper benefit from other methods, such as pious atonement, speculative knowledge, and meditation in mystic yoga, because even after following such methods, one takes to fruitive activities again, unable to control his mind, which is contaminated by the base qualities of nature, namely passion and ignorance. So from this verse, we understand, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur comments like this, that by following the chanting of the holy name, sooner or later, we will never come back again to fruitive activities. By chanting the holy name, we take out the root of fruitive activities. Fruitive activities means I do this action to get some material benefit. Yeah? But the chanting of the holy name, unlike austerity, penance, mystic yoga, and so on, really take the root of it. And these other practices, they don't. They help us to diminish it. But the desire itself is not uprooted. So this is the power of this chanting. Now, I don't think we managed to even recite all the shloka, but let's go as much as we can in the meaning of this second line. Shreya, it's a very poetic one. Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. What does it refer to? Hare Krishna. Please help me. What does it refer to?
Spreading the rays of the benediction moon.
Yeah. What is this rays of benediction moon? There is a nice explanation. It's like Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained that this effect of benediction moon of the holy name is like the rays of the moon that goes on the lilies. Because this is the literal translation of the, I think it's Kairava. translated as lilies. You know, it's this flower that blossoms under the moonlight. So this flower is white, and when there is the moonlight, it just blossoms like this, and it becomes very fragrant. So the holy name of the Lord, also like this, shines the rays on our devotion to the Lord, and it makes it like become very arisen, awaken. It awakens our love of Godhead inside. This is how this holy name just put the rays of the moon in our heart. And the moon also has a cooling effect, as we know. And this cools our material desires also. So this is very poetic one. And on this, Bhaktivinoda Thakur refers to the Skanda Purana and explained that those who hear the holy name, this is just one extract of this verse, which is quite long. Those who hear the holy name with faith or without, meaning with indifference. Sometimes in the street, people, they hear the holy name. Some of them are really captivated. Others are like indifferent, but still they pass by and they hear the holy name. And he says, this verse says that if there is no offense, then they can be fully delivered from this ocean of material existence. So it definitely provides a full liberation, and not just a liberation, impersonal liberation, but a very deeper one. And I think, it's on this one that Bhaktivinoda Thakur elaborates on, says that what is the topmost goal that we are trying to reach, following Srila Prabhupada's footsteps, is to reach Goloka Vrindavan and to serve the Lord there. And this can be attained only by the topmost practice of chanting the holy name. Very, very deep. So we have it already. This deepest, this most powerful method of the Maha Mantra. It is there, accessible, provided we put our attention. And attention to what? Attention to avoid the 10 offenses. And from that, what happens afterwards? This is the next part. There is Vidya, Vadu, Jivanam. So Vidya, it means knowledge. Vadu means wife. This Vidya means transcendental knowledge. There are two types of knowledge. Material knowledge, transcendental knowledge. What here is referred to is Vidya, Vadu, the wife of transcendental knowledge. Is considered as the wife of the Jiva to free him. And to emphasize on this, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained that this knowledge, he quotes from Garuda Purana, he quotes from Bhagavatam again, from 3rd canto, from 4th canto, and he explained that if we chant this holy name with great respect and devotion, then all this knowledge will manifest through us. And this knowledge, transcendental knowledge, will be revealed through the chanting of the holy name. That's why it goes hand in hand. We cannot have realized knowledge without applying this knowledge. Applying this knowledge means chanting the holy name. If we just study the philosophy but we don't chant, we don't practice, there will be limited effect. On the other side, if we chant the holy name without understanding, in our stage, if we don't understand who we are, who is Krishna, what is our constitutional position here, then the effect of the holy name will also be diminished. But at some point, this knowledge will just manifest. Why? Because this is, as we said for the first part, the holy name is the embodiment of Sat Chid, of knowledge, transcendental knowledge. So the more Krishna manifests through the chanting of the holy name in our heart, the more it will bring light in our heart. And we will have the transcendental vision manifesting. We'll be able to see more about our real identity because the dust will be out of this mirror. And so like this, the more the holy name manifests, the Lord manifests through the holy name in our heart, the more there is light and the more we see first our anarthas, but then the more we give space to the holy name of our heart, the more we will push out this dust, and like this transcendental knowledge will be there. It is already here, it's just covered. The more it will go, the more it will be uncovered. This is it. For the next part, and I will try to leave some few minutes, the Lord expands the ocean of transcendental bliss. Anandam buddhivardhanam. Yeah. Because all the previous aspects are there, this knowledge is manifested, then this ocean of bliss manifests and we feel this ananda aspect manifesting. It's quite already elevated, isn't it? But we can understand that when we are chanting all together the holy name with the devotees, there is this bliss manifesting. We are happily, we forget about all the miseries we may have encountered in this life. We just are absorbed in this moment and we are dancing together. It's so joyful. We don't wonder much about all of the miseries. And soon after the kirtan stops and we come back to our daily dealings and so on, we can see, okay, coming back to work, okay, problems are back, and the mind is trapped in material, mundane affairs, and the suffering starts again. That's why we should be always constantly absorbed in the holy name, to be definitively out of these material miseries. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained in his commentary that, this will happen sooner or later, because the holy name is this embodiment of Satchit Ananda, and when this dust is taken out, we see our real self. We take out all the anarthas, then we see clearly who we are. We see our Swarup of eternal summit of Krishna, and from there we can access the ocean of bliss. Because it is considered an ocean, not a lake, because the lake is limited. It's considered an ocean of bliss, because there is no limit. When you go in this ocean, I remember once Yashoda Dulal was explaining to Narottam. He was addressing during the class to Narottam, said, "Don't worry, Narottam. This ocean, even if you are drawn in the ocean, even if you don't know how to swim, being drawn in this ocean is just full of bliss. So don't worry, it will be fine. You can drown even in this ocean of bliss. Everything will be fine. And just lose yourself in this ocean of the holy name. Just you can taste it, being drowned on the surface as you like, but you will be in full bliss. And then just to share what I experienced in Radha Dashmelos, and we cannot go till the end, but it will be the end actually, because it's talking about the Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So to conclude on that, my personal experience this year, the most blissful moment for me was not during the Kirtan Mela actually, not inside the Kirtan room, but was when we went in the street chanting the holy name. We went with a group of maybe 15, 20 devotees, and directly when we started, they are quite dynamic in this group there, and they chant, the kirtan from beginning. It's really dynamic, and it's like a wave of devotees attracting everyone, and everyone is looking and following and dancing immediately, It's not that much progressive. It's, the same rhythm all along, but very dynamic, and it's like a wave. And people, they were so attracted. And myself, I was also, trying to distribute books at the same time. So it was very particular because you want to participate to the group and dance and chant with them to help, but at the same time you feel they don't need much help, better distribute books. And so you start to dance and then you see someone interested by the books. Okay, let's start with this person. And people, they are so attracted by this atmosphere of Harinam Sankirtan that they say, yeah, I want to taste it also. This is what I felt from people. And some of them were like, I would not think to distribute them a book before that, but because they saw the vague, they were going very fast, by the way. To distribute books, you have to run behind them, but they were going very fast. And some of them, some devotees, some people in the streets saw the vague, and after a few seconds, they were starting to talk about it. What was that? Is it from India? Is it Buddhism? And so I was talking with them and explaining. And yeah, I felt this attraction they had. So Kirtana is very powerful. Sankirtan together is very powerful, that's for sure. But the most important also is to share it with others. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is explaining that this holy name should be, Haridas Thakur was saying that it should be chanted loudly. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then explained that, because it is valuable both for moving and non-moving entities. Even for the rocks, it is benefiting to them. Rocks are living entities, no? But they are non-moving, non-animated. Mountains, yeah. And so, it also has an effect on them. Once I remember in Germany, you probably remember Brad, we were with Valmiki Prabhu. And we, it was in the forest, and we had a little retreat there. And we went for the Harinam Sankirtan in the forest. Not that we are so powerful at Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to make all the animals dance in this forest. It was not Jarikan forest, but still, Valmiki Prabhu has this mindset of, there are also many living entities there. Trees, plants, and what to say about insects and so on. So let's also chant for them. And after doing this Harinam in this forest, we felt so much bliss. We did something valuable for these living entities. So devotees are like this, trying to share the grace of the holy name with every living entity possible. And this is our yagya. The effects will be duplicated if we definitely try to share it with others. This is our goal. We should not keep for ourselves. So Sankirtan is to share it with others. It is a preaching movement, no? So preaching this movement really help us to get a connection with the holy name, to realize more about his power. The effect on our self is there. You might feel already in your life some effects. It pacifies my mind. I feel that my emotions are more controlled and so on. My senses are more, under control when I chant my rounds than if I don't chant my rounds in the morning. It is also there. But realization of all these qualities that we describe now, you can only grasp them, I feel, when you give it to newcomers. Isn't it so blissful when a newcomer starts to chant and already himself, even though he never heard about Krishna before, but still he's dancing, he's enjoying already. He's in this ocean of bliss already. Isn't it so attractive? Yes, it is. No? Anyway, I will stop here. Sorry for this misconstructed class. This is what came to me with the help of Bhakti Yoga and Janana Maharaj. So if you have any comment, any realization, please share it, and sorry for, again, overpassing this time. We can also leave it there so that we can continue with our sadhana, our dealings. Thank you so much for being here. I wish you all to deepen your relationship with the holy name in association of devotees under the care of Srila Prabhupada. Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jiva Prana Prabhu ki
Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare
Mantra kalpatam.
Krishna